Miss Aurorah is back. We're getting it together in here. Secured entrepreneurs. Secured entrepreneurship is imperative, vital, necessary, okay? Now more than ever. In this video, Miss Aurorah is going to show you these clips. I want to thank Sheila Truelove because I believe that she put this compilation of clips together. But I mean, all of these individuals talking about how hard it is today financially, how hard it is being on these jobs that pay you next to no thing, how hard it is when you get your paycheck and all you can do is pay your bills. You don't have extra for anything. How hard it is to try to get some type of public assistance and you really can't get it because you have a job, okay? They give you some stuff, they're not really going to give it to you the way that you really need it because you're not really scraping the bottom of the barrel because you actually have a job. How hard it is to actually keep up with the rents when your paycheck is not increasing, okay? The Secured Entrepreneur movement has the solution for all of these people who get up on social media, okay, and begin to cry, begin to holler, yell, and scream about how much they are hurting because they cannot afford to live. Meanwhile, there's a whole world out here that have made a decision to take authority over their own lives and do something to change their current circumstance, okay? Secured entrepreneurs, rise up. We have got to really start communicating with working class America, okay? Because it's one thing that you're going to work your gig. You're going to work your gig, okay, while you're doing your business. You need to do that. I would never tell anybody not to do that, okay? I'm the gig queen, okay? Work your gigs, okay, until you really see that your business is where you actually really want it to be, okay? However, if you are not working towards, all right, creating a better life for yourself financially, you're just totally lost. And you're going to hear it in these clips. Okay, let's get into it. For those of you who do not know who I am Miss Aurorah Dey, and this is the Secured Entrepreneur Movement. All right, now, secured entrepreneurs, who can relate to what this woman is about to tell us?
I get up every morning at 4:30. I let my dog out, feed him, get him situated, play with him for a little bit. 5 o'clock, I start getting ready for work. I'm out the door by 6. Sometimes I stop for breakfast, sometimes I don't because I make it at home. I get here. My shift starts at 7 in the morning. I work from 7 to 4. Leave for the day. Take me about 45 minutes to an hour to get home from the traffic. I do this every day for 5 days a week just to get a damn paycheck that leaves as soon as it hits my account. All this to say, I got a job. Don't get me wrong. My dude, he works sometimes 12-hour days. He come home, he hurting, he sore, he tired. I'm hurting. I'm mentally tired from dealing with people all damn day and their attitudes. Y'all, I am stressed. And what's crazy is that this paycheck barely helps. Barely. I shouldn't have to feel guilty because I want a new pair of scrubs. Or me and my dude want to go out for a nice dinner because we deserve it because we work hard. I don't drive a $100,000 car. I drive a regular ass fucking Jeep. He drives a regular damn SUV too. I don't wear Jordans. I don't do all that shit. I live a very simple life. The only splurge I have is getting my nails and my feet done here. I just started YouTube and how to do my own damn hair. I shouldn't have to feel guilty because I want to do something for myself. I'm so stressed out. I need to clock in at 7 o'clock, which is literally in 2 minutes. And I'm at work. I just don't want to go in this. Like, I'm sick of coming here out for me to get a paycheck that barely even, like, it barely even helps. It seems like the only motherfuckers happy is the damn crackhead and the millionaires. The working class people stressed out, hair falling out. They can't even go to the damn doctor to check on themselves because they jobs is full of shit. Hell, jobs don't even want to let you out for a damn vacation. Y'all, I'm stressed. Like, at this point, like, what's the point?
Is the short?
Okay. Listen to what we just heard now, and how many of you have been able to relate to exactly what this young lady just said. It's two people, her and the man that she's with, both working hard. She's tired, he's tired. They have to think about whether they can go out to eat for dinner. She starts to feel guilty when she thinks she needs, new scrubs, new work uniform, what she wears to work. She's on YouTube trying to figure out how to do her own hair because she realizes she can't even afford to go get her hair done. Okay. So far, what are we hearing? There is a lack of information. The lack of information is definitely purposely done. Okay. Because two people together should be able to be like the Wonder Twins. Okay. Powers activate, powers unite, whatever the Wonder Twins was up there saying back in the day. I'm aging myself, Secured Entrepreneurs, but it's okay. Who knows what the Wonder Twins were saying? Comment below, okay? Now, the reality is, that is a reality for a whole lot of people. And who can relate? Because Miss Aurorah, oh my God, first of all, I was laughing. I was laughing, I'm not kidding, because I used to live that lifestyle like, oh my God, like I am so sick and tired. And I used to sit in the parking lot. I kid you not. I used to sit in the parking lot and think to myself, this cannot be my life. This is not for real. I came in this place. There was no sun. It was dark. Okay. When I leave this place, guess what? It's going to be dark again. And I have spent a whole day in here. Okay. Am I doing what I really desire to do in my life? No. Am I getting what I really desire to get out of life? No. I've got to make a decision. I've got to make a big change. How do I make the change? That was the whole, how do I do this thing? Where am I going? How many days am I going to play hooky from this job so I can go get the information that I need to make another decision for my life? Because this is not it. Now, this guy right here, I said, now, if you whip out a food receipt from 2015 and compare it to 2023, this is serious. Listen to what this guy does.
Then we went to the same Costco in the same town in Southern Oregon and bought all the same stuff as we did 8 years ago, as I did 8 years ago.
8 years. He got
Back
the receipt.
2015, this cart of food cost $139.76. That's a lot of food. That's a full shopping cart of food. It's all mostly healthy because that's how I used to eat 8 years ago.
That's how he used to eat 8 years ago.
And in 2023, at roughly the same time of year, summertime, this cart of food costs $171.26. Jason, my buddy, Jason, he just did the math on that. And that's...
Tried to there.
Tell us, what was it?
It was about 23%.
23%
increase in food.
Yeah.
In 8 years.
Is that a lot? Is that significant? I think it's pretty significant.
I didn't get a 23% increase in pay. I'm going to raise
The pay didn't go up.
Yeah.
But the food did.
No.
I'm so tired of feeling helpless.
I want to tell all of the Secured Entrepreneurs right now that there is profanity in this video. There are people cursing in this video, okay? I don't know how YouTube is going to feel about it. I don't know, but people are cursing in this video. So please forgive Miss Aurorah. There is profanity in these clips, okay? Now how many Secured Entrepreneurs have lived through this. She's the parent who understands that her children are not living in her time. They're not living the things that she was taught and was able to do to survive and live a good life. Her own children cannot do in 2023.
As a parent, yes, my kids are grown adults. My oldest is 28, my youngest is 25. And I thought by teaching them what I learned, which is you work hard, you get a good job, you're going to get the things in life that you need, right? Works for me. Why wouldn't it work for them? Because it doesn't. Because the world has fucking changed, all right? And now I feel like I see them struggling. And before my generation comes at me, yes, I understand struggling is a part of life. We all struggled. But there's a difference between struggling and drowning, all right? So we struggled and it was tough. But you know what? We made it. We knew there was a light at the end of the tunnel with our struggle. It seems like kids today, no matter how much they struggle, they just get further and further down the water into the drowning point, all right? When I was their age, I was making less than $10 an hour, and I can afford to live on my own. Now you have to be making six-figure salary to get a decent, tiny little place to live. So what the fuck is going on, and how do we help them as parents? I told my son, all you have to do is work hard, go to college, or join the military like I did. He went to college, got his degree, got a full-time job. He moved back in with me right when he graduated from college because he said, hey, Mom, as soon as I get a job, which was within 2 weeks of him getting out of college.
I want to pause there because she says something extremely significant that is actually the same message that people are getting today. She got the message that she joined the military because the military was going to pay for certain things. So she came from a background where if she joined the military, she would get certain things afforded to her, education, housing, things like that. Okay. That the military provides for people. Now, we're all adults on this channel. We're going to keep it real on this channel. That message has not changed because you won't find people who are already wealthy or already rich or already doing well financially giving that message to their children. They're not going to give that message to their children to go to the military. The military is mostly comprised of individuals who come from environments and families that are poor. And the military is the only viable option to get them off of the street, to keep them from being homeless at an early age, to give them a way to eat, and the long-term goal is to collect something in the end. So when your time of service is over, guess what? You'll be able to collect something. You'll have benefits, medical benefits for the rest of your life. You're guaranteed to have a place to be buried because all the secured entrepreneurs know that it costs to die. You don't die for free. You don't die for free. You die, but it will not be free. Somebody is going to pay for something around your death, whether that be a cremation, whether that be a funeral, taxes, because death taxes are real and secured entrepreneurs do know that, right? So she got that message from her family, so they were probably middle class, okay, somewhere in there. And she went to the military to get something, okay? And she thought that she was going to give the same message to her children. And she's finding out that is not a reality. Even today, it's not a reality.
Maybe take me 2 months and I'll save up enough money for me to move out. Okay, cool. It's been 10 months. He has saved almost every dime and still can't afford to live. Why are one-bedroom studio apartments almost $2,000 a month? Why? Like, I just don't get it. So I don't even think that there's even classes anymore. There used to be, upper class, middle class, lower class. It's literally turning into the ultra wealthy and then everybody else is just poor. Like, that's what is happening. And then I told him, hey, when you turn 25, at least your car insurance will go down. Hell no, he turned 25 and his car insurance went up $150. I told him, if you need health insurance, get a good job. He did, has health insurance. He has had a medical emergency this week. Had to go to emergency room twice. He had to go to the emergency room because he couldn't get anybody to see him with the health insurance that he had. Right? So he had to go to an emergency room. Now he's out money for that too. It seems like you can never get ahead. And then my daughter, I told her all you have to do, because she wanted to buy her own house. My daughter worked 6 days a week, 12 hours a day to save up enough for this down payment. Finally got this house. She's paying double what I'm paying for my mortgage, but her loan was the same amount. And then her mortgage company, after she already moved in, said, oh, by the way, we forgot to tell you that you need this type of coverage, which we forgot in the beginning. That's an extra $200 you've been paying a month. And all they see when they come home is they watch social media, kids their age on lavish vacations with all this money and nothing to do, all these social media influencers, because we value those types of things over hard workers. We will pay them $10,000, but you work 40 hours a week, you can't afford it.
Can you please lower the prices of food or make it easier to access? Absolutely not.
What's really crazy about this is that I was talking to somebody who works at Walmart a few days ago. My friend told me that they have seen way more people stealing in the past month than they've seen in the whole 3 years that they've worked at Walmart. I said, what do you guys do when they steal? And they said, we turn our backs, because legally they can't do anything, but also because she doesn't fucking care. She sees how much fucking food is. She's not judging them, so she just doesn't say anything. And honestly, I don't judge them either. Like, I'm not even surprised that people are stealing food at this point. People are
definitely stealing food. I'm not upset about it. Now, I'm upset about the food prices, of course, but I'm talking, I have seen senior people get food that their dog or their cat would eat because they have an animal and they figure it's cheaper for them to eat what the animal is eating so that they, along with the animal, are able to eat. Okay. Now, Miss Aurorah wants to share that I've had 2 situations with my own food delivery. Okay. And tell me how many of you have had this happen to them. Okay. I order my groceries and the groceries come here. Everything that I ordered is here. When I get the final receipt, it's like double. And I'm looking to see what is on this receipt. It's all this food that Miss Aurorah did not order. I didn't order this food. How did I pay for all of this food? I call up the supermarket and I say, listen, something has occurred. As you can see, my order and everything came as lovely, as fabulous. The woman did a perfect job, delivering my food. The woman decided she needed food and she was going to go grocery shopping for herself on my tab, with the understanding that all I was going to do was call and I was going to get a refund, because guess what? I didn't order that food. Meanwhile, that's how she got her groceries. Had a second incident where a young man told me that, listen, I'm thirsty and I'm asking you to buy me something to drink. And I'm like, okay, now I got somebody saying that he needs something to drink. There's a whole lot going on, Secured Entrepreneurs, okay? Now, this young lady is talking about how people are going into Walmart stealing. Simone sent me a video of a seagull going into the supermarket, getting himself a sandwich. Like, it's real. If a bird feels like, listen, the pickings are slim, I got to go to the supermarket. Okay. And the bird went and got himself a sandwich. Okay. Like, things are happening. Hello.
Starving out there. The only way we're making it is by couponing. So I'm not surprised that people are stealing food. And honestly, it's only going to get worse. Something isn't done about these corporations and their price gouging and calling it inflation.
Price gouging.
They're just literally going to continue to get worse. And people will continue to steal.
We are the closest we have ever been as a global collective to waking the fuck up. I'm just saying, it is the world's shortest walk from, damn, living and breathing and existing is so fucking expensive to, wait, there's aliens and we're down here dying for fake money. All I'm saying is proof, or even talk about proof of life from other worlds, should snap us out of our myopia. It should put the universe in existence and truly everything into question. We are down here suffering as a species over shit that we made up. We have never had such a brilliant opportunity to finally, for fucking once, band the fuck together and come up with solutions. I, for one, plan to take up woodworking so I can start building guillotines. I just don't have the workspace right now.
You gotta love that. How many of the secured entrepreneurs would build themselves a guillotine? Because there's some people that just need to be out of here. Right. I'm just like, I want the secured entrepreneurs to tell Miss Aurorah what the common theme is here. There's two common themes. And I was tripping when I saw a lot of this, and I had to cut some of this out of the compilation because some of it was just so outrageous. I said, oh my God, this is a lot. Like there are people really, really, I mean, venting everything it's just horrible. Okay. And I don't watch all this stuff on TikTok and all that. So I'm like, wow, people are really letting everything out on social media. That to me is a problem.
Hey, I have a question. How are we affording life right now?
How are we affording life right now?
So for reference, I'm in my mid-30s. I'm a millennial. I have 3 young kids. Both my husband and I have full-time jobs. So I'm a night shift nurse. I work full-time and I work overtime. I've gotten pretty used to that. I work incentivized shifts when my hours are getting cut at work because they don't need all the extra anymore. And so we're going through our budget because it's been quite tight. My husband also has a very decent paying job, makes almost as much as I do on the hour, not quite, but almost. And we're not going to, without me working overtime or working extra, if I'm just working my normal hours, we're not sure that we're going to be able to make it. Somebody's going to have to pick up a second job or we're going to have to do something. The house that we bought is we don't live in an expensive area.
How many of the secured entrepreneurs know that a second job is just paying more taxes? You're giving more of your time. You're already sick and hurting. You're already, not well in your body. You're definitely not well in your emotions. You're not well in your mind. You can hear the children in the background. 2 people together. She's going to tell you that together they earn like a 6-figure salary and they still cannot make it.
Live in the Midwest. We bought this house in 2017. It's not anything extravagant. Our kids go to public school. We drive old cars.
We drive old
we
cars.
Don't have
Kids go to
student
public
loans.
school.
We don't have excessive
No
debt.
student loans. No excessive
How
debt.
are we doing this right now? How are we
Still not making it.
Our grocery bill is insane, and we don't even
Bill's
buy.
insane.
We just buy to get us through week to week. Not even crazy stuff. What? How are you guys doing this? How are we doing it? Because I'm not going to be able to. I know how much I make, and I know how much my husband makes. And I used to think that was really, really good money. So how are people surviving on less than what we're making?
They're not.
And I used to think that was a lot of money. We're in the 6-figure range combined. And we're barely, like I said, we're barely cutting it. And we're not extravagant people. We don't have recreational vehicles or anything. We don't go on vacations, nothing.
Now, I will not forget the winter where I have had to wear 3 sets of pajamas in bed and cuddle up and do this. As a future voter, I will not be forgetting it.
3 sets of 3 blankets, 3 sets of pajamas, because she could not afford to pay the electricity bill that was giving her heat. And she went to work every day, 40 plus hours a week. Okay.
It's not paying nobody. And when I say nobody, I mean nobody, no worker is actually getting what they are worth and what their contribution to their company is. These major companies, these corporations, these industries, these institutions, they make all of this money. I mean, an unfathomable amount. And they just hoard it. They keep it to themselves.
Writers, actors, UPS workers, everybody going on strike. And
now you're going to hear a lot of people are saying these corporations are making buku dollars. Now, if you can say that the corporation is making buku dollars, when is it that you start to think to yourself, I need to create a corporation? maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe I need to flip this situation. Like you're going to hear everybody's talking about, oh, it's just the people who are crackheads, millionaires and billionaires enjoying life. Okay. And these corporations are making buku dollars and they're hoarding it. They're not sharing the wealth and all this stuff like this. When does it dawn on people that, the model that I need to be going after is that of the corporation that I create for myself? I don't hear anybody saying that. Hold up now.
Love to see it. Do you know why? Because labor strikes are the best example that we have of the fact that this country is built off of slavery. And if you never thought about it that way before, it's okay, it's not your fault. In 1860, enslaved people in the United States produced 2 billion pounds of cotton. Billion with a B. Remember, by 1860, there were 4 million enslaved people in the United States. That's more people working for free than are currently working for Walmart, Amazon, and McDonald's combined. And the inhumane conditions in which you are expected to work right now are because of that. We are not taught about the first labor strikes in this country. Indigenous people just refusing to work as slaves or in exchange for unfair treaty agreements because they had the advantage of knowing how to survive in the climate and terrain of North America. You're not taught about the enslaved people who burned crops, who purposefully worked slower, who broke machines, who ran away into the forest, not permanently, but just long enough to stop production on the plantation, or the ones who just walked away to join the Union Army. This country, in its current form, can only survive if as many people as possible are working themselves to the bone in bare minimum conditions or as close to free as possible. So yeah, don't cross the picket line. Keep striking. Strike, strike, strike. I love it.
Yo, what the fuck are we doing here, man? What the fuck is going on? I just left the supermarket and drove past a whole ass homeless family on. Yo, what the man? Like, why is it that I can take the last $50 out of my bank account? Why do I only have $50 left? Oh, because I went to college. That's why. Why can I take the last money out of my goddamn bank account and you millionaires, you just sit here and you watch everybody suffer? All you selfish ass celebrities, all you bullshit ass billionaires.
What did I say? All you millionaires, celebrities, okay? It's the bulb is not coming on. Okay, how do I become a millionaire? Seeing as I feel like they're the people who have all the money, seeing as I feel like, those are the people who I'm not going to see on the side of the road when I leave the store. Okay?
All of you. I wish I would buy another concert ticket. I've been out here making skin cream. One of you selfish mother. What is going on? What is it going to take for us to stop being absolute monsters to each other and do something? $98 goddamn dollars at Costco to fill up my tank.
News this week that the United Nations had a vote on whether or not food was a right, and finding out that the United States is the only country that said no really doesn't make me want to go outside. It doesn't make me want to pay my bills. It doesn't make me want to do anything. Honestly, it's lengthening the deep sadness that I feel living in this country that already existed. Food isn't a fucking right.
Yo, this world is so bad.
I want to address the woman who was yelling about the $98. Again, she's upset that it costs $98 for her to fill up her tank. More than likely, she goes to a job and she needs to be in that car to go to the job. And that $98 in the tank, it might take you through the week. It might not. 9 times out of 10, it will not. Right? Okay. And you could feel her frustration, her aggravation, disdain for the fact that Number one, she had to go to Costco to get it because she would have paid more had she gone to the regular gas station. So she went to Costco to get the gas because it's discounted at Costco. Okay. Okay.
I'm tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I'm tired of not being able to afford daycare because it's the cost of my weekly pay for one day. I'm tired of spending $200+ a week just to feed my family. I'm tired of filling my gas tank twice a week when I go to work twice a week and work from home the other days. I'm tired of working 2 jobs just to live the bare minimum, just to make it. This economy is not set up for families or working moms. I'm just tired. I'm tired.
But oh, you make too much for government assistance, so we can't approve you. But you don't make enough to live. So
I don't know how I'm supposed to be happy with the fact that the average cost to raise 3 children per month is over $4,000.
Today I got paid.
The average cost to raise 3 children, she says, is over $4,000. Do the secured entrepreneurs know how fast a person is making $4,000 in a day right now? Do the secured entrepreneurs know how fast people are making $4,000 in 30 minutes, in 1 hour? Do the secured entrepreneurs know that it actually costs more than $4,000 to raise 3 children in the United States a month? I would say that the $4,000 is like we would say the bare minimum. You're not really getting a paid for education. You're not really getting the best of whatever that people who are actually living above that would give a child. You're not. That means that you're not really living in the best neighborhoods, in the best place. You know, one of the other people that we're going to see here is talking about how she has 5 children and they can only afford a 2-bedroom apartment, her husband and 5 children. I mean, it's very real, but the true reality is that we're hearing the choices. We're hearing about, now this one brought me to tears a little something, because this was ridiculous right here.
My check was a little bit over $2,000.
She got paid. Her check was a little bit over $2,000.
10 hours overtime because.
And that's because she did 10 hours of overtime because that's what she's allowed to do.
And then I got a $24 check from the second job that I just started at the mall.
She has a second job. She got a $24 check.
I paid my rent. That was like $1,500.
$1,500 a month.
$1,553.
$1,553.
My car note, that was $406. That left me with $81. I went and got it done.
The car note of $406. I had to wonder about that because I'm like, okay, I hope you're driving a luxury vehicle for a $406 car note. But then again, secured entrepreneurs, we all know that if you do not have close to perfect credit or perfect credit, you're getting pumped up the butt with the interest rate. Okay, with your interest rate, if you have to get a car loan. Okay, again, lack of information. Okay, because if you already know you cannot afford to live, guess what? You really cannot afford a car note either. That's the truth.
Which is I was on E.
She had no gas. She was on E.
$33.
She got left with $33.
And I went to the grocery store to get a can of soup and some bread and some stuff, and so I can eat dinner. And I went to get some Cheez-Its because I love Cheez-Its. And
They're normally $2.99 a box, but they're like almost $4. And I just we're at $4 for a box of crackers.
All she wanted was a box of crackers and some soup, and it was $4 for the box of crackers. She had $34 to get herself something to eat. I don't know what's going to happen during the rest of the week because she goes to 2 jobs. Like, again, lack of information choices. This one was a good one too.
Are we just all going to pretend that we're fine?
No.
Because the more people that I talk to, the more young couples in their like 20s and 30s, or even like singles, everyone seems to be having a hard time making ends meet right now. And I'm just really wondering why this doesn't feel like 2008. Like, I remember 2008 as a 9-year-old because everybody was talking about how everything was so expensive and everybody was broke and there were no jobs. Like, I remember that as a child. And now as an adult, I'm like, wait, am I the only one struggling? Like, it has just occurred to me in the last month that I am not the only one. My husband and I have 3 degrees between the 2 of us, and we have 3 to 5 years of experience in our field. Still cannot get a job that makes life comfortable. So I'm just saying, I don't know how to fix it. That's above my pay grade. I don't know. Hopefully smarter people than me are working on that. But I just kind of want us to know that, like, it's not us. Like, I think our parents told us to save money, save money, save money. And like, you need to save, you're being irresponsible, or you need to, make sure you're financially stable, or you're being irresponsible. Okay, well, what happens when I pay for all my basic needs and have nothing to save? So I'm just saying, it's not our fault. And simply to exist in 2023 is expensive. And if you're feeling any kind of shame about your financial situation, if you are getting up, going to work every day, doing your best to put food on the table and put a roof over your family's head, then it's not your fault. Hi, yeah, good morning. Just checking.
Okay. I appreciate that she's telling people it's not your fault. If you're getting up every day and you're doing the best that you can to put food on the table, provide for yourself, all that stuff, and you're still not doing great, it's not your fault. 2 things. Once again, lack of information, purposely done. Purposely done. Purposely not given information that is needed to actually live the best life that any person can live. People have been deprived of this information. But number 2, there comes a point where you have to now say, because a lot of the people in a lot of the clips that I watched were talking about how they're college educated. They got student loans. They can't afford to pay these student loans. They can't afford to live. They don't know what to do. I mean, some of the stuff was so graphic, I didn't even want to bring it to this video because, I mean, you will cry. It's like, oh my God, like, oh my goodness, because you're saying to yourself, no wonder I don't feel like I want to live today because I have done everything that society says I should be doing. Yet I'm seeing other people who don't have my education, who don't have my work ethic out here making it. Okay. The first thing is there's some sacrifices that some people are willing to make that others are not. That's what I will say for a lot of things that people have discussed in a lot of these clips. There's some sacrifices that people are willing to make that other people are not. Okay. If you listen to some people's stories as to how it is they became who they are today, they will tell you that they did some stuff that they are not extremely proud of, but this was a do or die situation. Either I'm going to make it or I'm no longer going to be on the planet because I'm no longer willing to live like this. Okay. Now, this by far was the most compelling to me.
And my millennial families, especially the ones with kids, are you okay? Are you okay? You're not okay. I know you're not okay. We're drowning. We're drowning. We're never going to make it. This generation is never going to make it. Okay. I just watched 5 TikToks in a row. I swear to you, 5 TikToks about how our country is in the greatest depression it's ever been in. And they're calling it the silent depression because we are all just silently drowning. Okay. Let me give you some examples. I'm going to be real transparent here. Okay. When I first moved out, I lived in a 2-bedroom apartment, $850 a month, utilities included. Fast forward to now, I have 4 kids of my own and a bonus son. We have 5 kids altogether. When we started applying for apartments, most wanted you to pay $300, $400, $500 to even apply for the apartment, to reject you and then tell you, we don't give you that money back. Awesome. So then we did find somewhere that approved us. Okay. 2nd floor of a house, no central air.
No central air.
By 4 AC units when we moved in here.
Had a bathroom.
Okay. 2 bedrooms and a loft.
2 bedrooms and a loft.
Some places wouldn't even rent to us because they said you have too many kids and you need a bigger space. We can't afford a bigger space. Okay. We pay $1,600 a month. Again, 2nd floor of a house, no central air, 2 bedrooms and a loft. $1,600. Groceries, food, a basic human need. I get $569 a month in food stamps. I'm very grateful for that. It's a huge help. But I still have to go to 2 food pantries a week to be able to feed my family. Not to mention, I didn't even get them this month because I did everything I was supposed to for my recertification. They messed up on their end. I didn't get them. So now it's the waiting game. You get them back when we figure it out. That's what I was told at social services the other day. So we decided to go to Dollar General right down the street, the dollar store. Get us some necessities, get us through until we get my food stamps back. 5 bags of groceries, $110. The only meat I got was 1 roll of ground beef. Childcare. I'm getting ready to go back to work. Why? Because we're never going to make it if I don't. But almost 3/4 of my income is going to go to childcare. I have a 4-month-old baby. I can't be a stay-at-home mom anymore. It's impossible. It is impossible to be a stay-at-home mom in this economy. They told us to get educated. I have an associate's degree. I just applied to go back and get my bachelor's. Credit hours are over $300 now. That's triple what I paid for my associates. We are never going to be able to buy a house in this economy. The American dream that we lived with our parents that had one parent working, mom stayed home, they had multiple vehicles, 4-wheelers, we went on vacations, all that, that's gone. They were the wealthiest middle-class generation that probably this country's ever seen. They climbed up the ladder and pulled it right up behind them.
There you have it, secured entrepreneurs. You got to forgive Miss Aurorah. Let me just tell you. You can look at Miss Aurora's face and tell she's tired, okay? Because what it takes to really create the lifestyle that you desire to live, what it takes to really have anything that you find enjoyable, what it takes to really keep a roof over your head, to travel, to have the latest electronics, anything of value, you're going to have some sleepless nights. You're going to have some very productive days because you can't be busy. There's so many people that are busy, but you don't see any result. There's no result because you're busy. You're not really productive. You're here and there and everywhere. Okay. You're not in the place that you really need to be in to see a result. Okay. And I'm talking a result that you actually have had thought about, that you want to create, right? Okay. So what I'm saying, I'm asking, when is working class America really going to wake up? Because if you're listening to everything that people are saying in these clips, okay, they're telling you they're going to jobs. They're underpaid and overworked, okay? Then you find out that you really can't even afford to have children. Working people can't even afford to have children, okay? Because food costs a lot, and like she said, they're even getting food stamps. Okay, she's going to go back to work with 5 kids. You already know that's childcare. So if you don't have an extended family, somebody that can help you with your children, you're screwed. Okay, how many of the secured entrepreneurs can relate? Have already been down this road, probably are on this road as you're building your business right now. Okay, so the reality is, every person that we watched in these clips lack access to information, to credit, and to cash. They lack access to information, credit, and cash. All right. At some point, someone's going to have to think to themselves, we've got to get something going, because another theme that was in the thread of all the videos that I watched in the entire compilation, which was almost an hour, okay? Not one person was taking personal responsibility for their financial situation. And we saw a lot of that in these clips. You're blaming rich people, you're blaming corporations, okay? But it's because of a corporation that you even have a job to go to. It's because of a corporation that you even get to go to the supermarket and buy any of these expensive items, okay? I just want the secured entrepreneurs to comment below, because this is a very serious situation. This is the reason why we see people who choose to live on the street. They choose to live out there on the street because they say it's too expensive to even think that you're going to get an apartment. Like she said, these people want a high application fee that's non-refundable. Then when they tell you, we don't want you here, they're not giving you back your money. How many of you can relate to that? Okay. They couldn't get a place because they had 5 children, because most places are not going to allow you to live in a 2-bedroom apartment with 5 children. So it's 2 adults and 5 children. Okay. So that means that all 5 children, no matter what gender, have to stay in a room together. And there were places that were not allowing that. So these 2 people together could not even afford to have these children. And she just had a baby. She had a 4-month-old baby. So where's the personal responsibility? I'm not saying that people shouldn't have children, because that's what they want. They want a large family, right? But she's saying they really can't afford to have those children because they can't afford to house those children properly. Okay. Secured entrepreneurs, what say you? What say you? And forgive the light and everything, because we had overcast this afternoon, so I had to bring on some light. So forgive me. But I just really want the secured entrepreneurs to really rise up, because a lot of this is unnecessary. So you all know that you can find me at AurorahDayConsulting.com. And until next time, ta-ta.